My name is Angus MacDonald. I'm 52 years old. I'm a police officer with the Boston Police Department, and I'm Scottish. Born in Glasgow, raised in the Highlands. Came to America when I was 19 years old. I chose Boston because of its Celtic heritage, the Irish, the Scots, the shared history. Boston felt like home. I joined the Boston Police Department 28 years ago. Walked the beats in Southie, Dorchester, Back Bay. Protected the city I loved, the city that adopted me. I played bagpipes at every St. Patrick's Day parade, every Bunker Hill celebration, every Highland Games in New Hampshire and Maine. Always in my traditional Highland dress, my kilt in the MacDonald tartan. My way of honouring both my heritage and my adopted home, Boston and Scotland. Both places of fierce independence, both places that never surrender. April 15th, 2013, Patriots Day, the Boston Marathon. I was on duty that day, in full Boston police uniform. Crowd control near the finish line on Boylston Street. Thousands of people, runners from all over the world, families cheering, children holding signs. It was a perfect spring day in Boston. The Red Sox had won that morning at Fenway Park. The city was alive with joy. And then, at 2:49 p.m., the world exploded. 2 bombs, 13 seconds apart, near the finish line on Boylston Street. The sound was deafening. The smoke was black. The screaming. I'll never forget the screaming. I ran toward the blast in my police uniform. That's what we do. When everyone else runs away, we run toward. Bodies on the ground. Blood everywhere. Limbs severed. Children crying. Complete chaos. For the next 4 hours, I didn't think. I just moved, helping the wounded, carrying people to ambulances, trying to stop the bleeding, trying to save lives. 3 people died that day. 264 were injured. 17 lost limbs. But we didn't know that yet. We just knew we were under attack. By nightfall, we had images of the suspects. 2 brothers, Chechen origin. Terrorists who had placed pressure cooker bombs in backpacks and walked away. The manhunt began. For 4 days, Boston was a war zone. We searched every street, every building, every basement in Watertown, Cambridge, the entire metro area. I worked around the clock in my police uniform, searching, protecting, hunting. MIT police officer Sean Collier was murdered, shot in his patrol car by the terrorists. There was a shootout in Watertown, explosives thrown, gunfire in residential neighborhoods. 1 suspect killed, the other escaped. Boston went into lockdown, shelter in place. An entire city held hostage by 1 terrorist hiding somewhere in our streets. Through all of it, I kept thinking about who I was. A Scot serving Boston. A man who came from a land that never surrenders, protecting a city that never gives up. On April 19th, we found him, hiding in a boat in a backyard in Watertown, bleeding, trapped. We took him alive. Boston erupted in cheers. People poured into the streets. "Boston strong!" they chanted. "Boston strong!" But I couldn't celebrate. 3 people were dead. Hundreds were maimed. Lives were shattered. And I kept thinking about a hymn my grandmother used to sing in Scotland. Abide with me. Abide with me. Fast falls the eventide. It's a prayer for comfort in darkness, for God to stay with us when everything falls apart. In Scotland, we play it at funerals, at memorials, when we need to remember that even in our darkest hour, we are not alone. For the past 11 years, I've played bagpipes at the Boston Marathon Memorial every April 15th. I wear my full Highland dress, my kilt in the MacDonald tartan, my traditional Scottish regalia. I stand on Boylston Street where the bombs went off, and I play Abide With Me for Martin Richard, age 8, Crystal Campbell, age 29, Lingzi Lu, age 23, the 3 souls we lost. For Officer Sean Collier, murdered in the line of duty. For the 264 injured, the survivors who lost legs but never lost spirit. For the city of Boston, the city that showed the world what strength looks like. Tonight, I'm here because someone recorded me playing at last year's memorial, and it went viral. They asked me to come share my story, to play Abide With Me for a national audience. I'm wearing my Highland dress tonight, the same kilt I wear every year at the memorial, my way of honouring both my Scottish heritage and my Boston home. I almost said no. I'm just a cop. I'm not a hero. But then I thought about Boston, about the marathon, about the resilience of this city. Boston is a city of fighters, Irish immigrants who built it, Scottish settlers who shaped it, Italian families who made it home, communities from all over the world who chose to be Bostonians. When terror tried to break us, we became stronger. Boston Strong isn't just a slogan, it's a truth. This is Abide With Me, a Scottish hymn, played on Scottish bagpipes, by a Scottish cop, for an American city that never gave up, for Martin, Crystal, Lingzi, and Sean, for every survivor who runs the marathon again, for Boston, my home, my heart. Abide with us, in darkness and in light. We will never surrender.